Sports Illustrated ranking the Aztecs number 24 in their preseason poll.
I like that.
Well, it seemed like a lot of people around town were insulted when the Aztecs were not put into the top 25 by the coaches poll. And that was the last time we spoke to Rocky Long.
Mm-hmm.
This time we talked to Coach Long, and camp is underway. FanFest is happening this Saturday, and an opportunity to find out how this Aztec football team is going to look, at least in the early going. Here's Coach Rocky Long back on Scott and BR. Hi, Coach.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
Doing awesome.
Fantastic.
By the way, I love the web series that our very own Jordan the Truth Caruth is producing, Life with Rocky Long, where Jordan sits down and gets into some more in-depth interviews with Rocky Long. It's really cool. Yeah, really good. Coach, you did a good job.
Oh, I appreciate you saying that. I thought it was more about Ocean Beach, and the different neighborhoods in town that we, you fit into a certain neighborhood and I fit into a certain neighborhood. It's just that I fit into OB and you don't.
No, I would. I'd fit into OB perfectly, as a matter of fact.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, just me and Coach
No,
and Jordan.
no,
We're
I
the
think
only
so.
ones that can fit in there.
No, but you see, you say that,
It'd
but
be
you're
too
not
crowded if you got in there.
You're not in OB. You're in Point Loma. There's a very big distinction between OB and Point Loma.
I am no.
Yes.
I'm upper OB.
Really? You're upper ob?
There's OB, there's upper OB in Point Loma. My zip code's still OB.
But you know what I liked, Coach, is I thought it was really cool. Jordan says to you at one point, and by the way, this video is available for everybody on the Mighty1090.com. He says, you kind of describe yourself as an old school kind of hippie, and Coach says, people down here in OB, they do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care, mind my own business, do my own thing. Everybody kind of lets each other live. I thought that was kind of cool, Coach.
Well, that's why we love it down there.
It's certainly a lot of fun, or it looks like a lot of
although
fun.
they're closing your favorite restaurant there, your breakfast spot.
No way. Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Which spot are they closing?
Shades.
Why is that?
I don't know why.
Coach, any insight?
I think the place up above that, Wonderland, has taken over the whole building.
Oh.
No kidding.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Billy
That was
Ray,
a
really?
great breakfast spot.
Well, I like the fact that Wonderland is going to get bigger, but knocks Coach Long out of it.
Yeah.
Not at the expense of Shades. Coach, how have things been going so far since training camp opened up?
Well, after the first 3 days, the first two are just in helmets, and yesterday was in shells, shoulder pads, and helmets. I wasn't very happy because it didn't look like the team I'm used to seeing at practice, but I just got off the practice field, and I'm pretty happy right now we're back.
We're back. What was the problem those first couple days? I mean, isn't it commonplace for a team
The intensity level wasn't the same. The players weren't interacting like they normally do, and because you guys are old football players, you know how that is. The offense and the defense, they yak back and forth, and they try to get the best of one another, and they were being way too nice to each other. Well, they weren't very nice to each other today, but that's good.
Yeah, really? Any good hitting today?
Well, there was a few. We try to stay off the ground when we don't have pants on with pads in them, but and we do a pretty good job of it. But there was several collisions today. It looked like the team I'm used to seeing at practice. So I'm doing okay right now.
All right.
So they're right where they need to be?
Well, if they put two of those back to back, then I'll say that.
Okay.
Gotcha. Rock, how is Christian Chapman, the young quarterback out of Carlsbad who stepped in last year so brilliantly at the end of the season, how is he progressing?
He's doing a great job. Now, he's frustrating me because I'm calling the defense and he won't throw an interception. But in the big scheme of things, as the head coach, I realize that's a really good thing that he's not throwing the ball in danger and he's throwing it to the right guys, and the receivers are catching it pretty good.
And Rock, on the other side, the offensive line and the running game, how does that look?
I think that obviously DJ Pumphrey is something special, and it's interesting how you get a team out there and they'll run into everybody and they'll knock everybody around, and then when DJ takes a ball, they don't touch him. I mean, it's like touch football when he carries the ball. So he scores a lot of touchdowns in practice, but that's just fine with me too. I mean, they don't need to beat him up in practice, and it's interesting how smart they are, and they can realize that.
You mean you don't tell them, hey, hands off of him?
No, the only people we tell them hands off on is the quarterback. They can't touch the quarterback. We never say anything about the running backs, but it's interesting. For 2 years, he doesn't get touched he gets bumped into once in a while, but he didn't get touched too much in practice.
gets bumped into. Come on, Coach.
Smart kids. I mean, smart kids. You know, they're smarter than I was because I'd have tried to knock the heck out of them.
Yeah.
Was there ever a player, Billy Ray, in your career, running back particularly, that a coach would say, hands off, do not touch him in practice?
Yeah, Gary Anderson, our running back up at Arkansas. Only he weighed 185 pounds, and he was about 6'2", so he was really skinny, you know. And you know, he didn't. Coach Holtz didn't want us to take big shots on him.
Yeah, for us it was Curtis Martin because he was always hurt. He was like always hurt. Like seriously, like the kid was hurt all the time. So they're like, don't touch him. You know, let him get hurt in a game.
Right.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that the coaches don't say hands off Pumphrey, but it's actually the players who know that. That's interesting.
No, I think that's a sign of we're a pretty mature football team, which is good too.
Big time.
How about on the defensive side? You know, I know we're running a lot of spots here on the station. You know, this guy's a candidate for this award and this guy's a candidate for that. You got some standouts, guys like Munson and Casey and Smith. How's the defense looking?
Well, I thought they looked pretty good today. I thought that we didn't play or practice. It's not playing yet, but we didn't practice with the same intensity yesterday. I mean, we try to get everybody to break on the ball, run to the ball every single play, and yesterday they were kind of lazy. Today it was back, though, but part of it is because with the shoulder pads on, the competition level increased, the intensity increased, so all of a sudden they start playing hard, and the good players always show up.
Coach, FanFest on Saturday this weekend, what should fans expect? What are they going to see? Are they just watching a glorified practice? Are they watching a hardcore scrimmage? What do we got?
They're going to watch a practice because normally we do this 2 weeks before our first game, and we really probably scrimmage for over an hour. But since this is just the first week, that is going to be by rules now. That is going to be our very first day in full pads.
Ooh.
So what they're going to see is mostly practice. We're actually going to do a third down scrimmage, which will probably be 15 or 20 plays. And then at the end, we're going to move it scrimmage for about 20 minutes. So that's the only scrimmage part. But now we have some competition drills that we do in practice from time to time, and they'll get to see all those. Those are mostly one-on-one type deals so that you don't get anybody hurt from people falling into each other. And it's always competition between the offense and defense, and those are fun to watch. At least they're fun for me to watch.
Right.
Coach Rocky Long on Scott and BR. Hey, Coach, with your kicker last year graduating, Donnie Hageman, that guy had a really good couple of years coming in from a junior college. What's going on in the kicking game?
John Barron, who we recruited out of high school 2 years ago, who was on the U.S. junior soccer team, 18 and under team. He's been here 2 years as the backup, and now he's our kicker.
Gotcha. Is he a local kid?
He's from Temecula.
Gotcha. Very good. Hey, Coach, before you go, I'm curious, what do you think about the departure of Jim Sturk as athletic director to Missouri?
Well, I'm disappointed to see him go, but I think that he did a great job here, and he's going to do a great job for them, and there was no way that he could turn them down for a lot of different reasons. I think he set an amazing atmosphere here that allowed all of the sports to flourish and have a chance to be successful, and we're going to miss him. I just hope we can find someone as good.
Well, I have applied, Billy Ray.
Yeah, Scott put his name in.
I put
for
my
that
name
coach,
in. Because I feel like this. I mean, let me ask you a question. Like, a lot of people right away, they say, well, maybe Rocky Long should become athletic director, or maybe Steve Fisher.
Don't take him off the court or the
No,
football
you need
field.
to stay
You
where
can't
you
do
are.
that.
Do you feel like you're any more qualified to be an athletic director because you're a head football coach, or do you not even feel qualified? I mean, Bo Schembechler did it and was very successful.
I think there's some education that goes involved as you come up through the ranks as an administrator. I think there's some educational deals, but I think a great athletic director is just like a great head football coach or a great head basketball coach. They're gonna have a certain leadership style, and they're gonna rely on the people that work under them and make sure that good people are working for them. And then it's all about a leadership style and a culture and a system. And so they don't do that anymore. They used to hire basketball and football coaches as the ADs all the time, but now they don't, because you come up through the ranks. Usually you start in compliance, then you move to the second in command, and then you become an AD. And most of those guys are fundraisers and businessmen. It's not the coaches doing it anymore.
See, that to me is the job. See, I feel like it's a very easy job to do.
Yeah, what do you think, Coach? You think Scott would be good in that job?
No, I think seriously, I could fundraise, man. I could fundraise for San Diego State.
If you could get us what Missouri gets, I'll go talk to the president tonight.
Why? What does Missouri get?
Well, I know their capital they get from TV, radio, and all those sort of things is $42 million. Ours is $3 million.
Well, the
So
first
can
thing
you
I
get
would
that
do
done?
as athletic director, here's the first thing I would do.
Okay, first thing.
The very first thing I would do as athletic director at San Diego State is I would kill the deal that San Diego State has for their radio rights. They use a third-party company, Learfield Communications. I don't know them. It's not a knock on them. I would do everything internally. That's first of all. I'd make a lot more money in my radio deal than I currently make. That's number one. Number two, I would immediately go into how do we make more money in television, because the thing is that you can't make money in this conference in TV. So, of course, I would be going around the country doing two things at once. I'd be kissing ass for money, and then I'd be kissing ass to try and get us to a better conference.
It's a lot of ass.
Yeah, that
It's
is
a lot. Dude,
lot.
see these lips right here?
They've kissed a lot
Ready to
already.
go.
These are Mick Jagger
They're
lips.
ready to
Yeah.
go.
You pull your pants down, and I will kiss it.
Not me.
That's why he's addicted to chapstick.
Yeah.
He's had to really
Very moist lips.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Coach.
my goodness. Are you like this every day?
He pretty much is.
He just wants San Diego State to have the best.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right. You got it.
Just
got
like you, but he has other ways to get there.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Coach, looking forward to FanFest on Saturday and looking forward to the start of the season. Thank you.
Thanks,
I
Rob.
appreciate it, guys. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Rocky Long stopping by for a few minutes.
Wow.